Hey folks, I am recording now and I'm working on this commission, D&D commission. I made a video about this previously. I'm going to keep working on drawing the mind flayer here, but meanwhile I'm going to be talking about some life stuff and just about kind of my Apple devices that I use. So I work on iPad Air that I'm borrowing from a friend, and an iPhone 11 Pro that I got a hand-me-down from my wife. So I'm using just borrowed items, and I'm trying to maximize the production value I can get off of it. So I have a PC set up. Hold on, I'm about to sneeze. I have a PC setup that I built in 2015 that has worked for me as far as streaming and animation production and art production for the past, almost 9 years now, 8 to 9 years. I really slowed down on it because I want to be more mobile with my setup. It's something I've always wanted, and having an iPad was perfect for that. I actually haven't been drawing here, but I'm gonna keep drawing here. Let's start drawing the mind flare here. Let's up the opacity of this guy right here, and let's just start sketching in some of the details of him. I'm gonna reduce the brush size a little bit to one that I like. We're just gonna sort of mess around with our strokes here, just sort of go with the flow. Anyways, I've been like tempted to so I work at Apple. That is the tech company I work for, and I can't talk too much about like the inner workings of how working at Apple as a job has been, because I know they have a lot of rules when it comes to conflict of interest and stuff like that. So I can't talk too much about like the products or what it's like to work there, but I can talk about what I've learned about the products themselves, like the capabilities of iPhone and iPad. And one thing I learned is that my current iPhone actually does not have 5G. So iPhone 11 and it's actually only iPhone 12 and up that have access to the 5G towers. And I've been trying to stream on Twitch from my phone, and I'm like, okay, the stream, I'm able to get mobile streams, but it's really like slow. And I've been wondering like what's going on there. And it turns out I just can't get 5G because my phone's not capable of it. And all of a sudden I'm tempted, or maybe not tempted, but I actually need to get a better phone with 5G capability. And I'm like, okay, maybe I might need that. And then, I've been saving up for iPad Pro 12.9 inch. My wife actually has an 11 inch. I want the 12.9 inch, which has actually, it's $300 more than the iPad Pro 11 inch. And the specs are actually exactly the same, except for the monitor and the size. And like the display is what they call like the Super XDR retinal display or something like that. Liquid retina display. But I saw some 12.9s in store today. I'm like, man, this display, it really is beautiful, and it is nice for it to be bigger. And I think just the more screen space, the better, the better production quality I can have. Or maybe it really is arbitrary, and I'm fine with the 11 Pro that my wife has. But I still want it because, that's hers, and I want my own. And I've been wanting to do illustration and animation production on that. And I'm like, man, both devices I can upgrade. And then the Vision Pro just came out. I'm like, okay, maybe I want all these things. Maybe we can even get a MacBook because my wife wants to back up all her photos and all that. And I'm like, do I want to be tempted to like get all these things? And I remember my reading the book of Ecclesiastes in the Bible, a really fascinating book. And one of the phrases that's repeated in Ecclesiastes is, "It is all vanity, a chase after the wind." Like everything in this world that is like a finite desire, like an inner human desire that we try to fulfill, if not fulfilled with God, it is all is vanity and a chase after the wind. And it's like, it's a really cool book, to be honest, because when you think of the Bible, you think, oh, it's going to lead us toward God and Christ and goodness. But the Bible is really, there's a lot of different types of books in there. And one of the, there's a YouTube channel called Bible Project where these guys talk about the Bible and this really cool and inspiring animations on their channel, which really bring to life the teachings of the Bible and the story of Jesus. And they really bring together the Bible as a whole for the viewer. And when I saw their video about Ecclesiastes, I'm like, wait a minute, there's really a book in the Bible that exists like that? It's so interesting. I would highly recommend it to any Christian or just anyone in general who's listening to this. If you're interested in reading a little bit of the Bible, read Ecclesiastes and see what you can um, witness from there, because it's so different, not what you would expect from the Bible. It's almost like jaded, this disillusioned take on like the ways of the world, and it's like, I think it's written by a king, who was like, yeah, I've tried all that. I've tried riches. I've tried women. I've tried all that, and it's like it's all vanity, a chase after the wind. And like there isn't a conclusive message, at least not that I've gotten to yet. I think it's not until the end of the book where it's like, okay, but this part is like fulfilling. But this part is where God comes in, or something like that. It's part of the books of wisdom, right? There's 3 books of wisdom. There's Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and Job. Job is a really depressing one, and it's basically saying that, praise be to God no matter what. Like, even if like everything in your life is taken away, the Lord gives and takes away. Blessed be His name, and that's really trusting in God's will, but also trusting in God's providence, because God isn't out to let us suffer for the rest of our lives. He really does want good lives for us, lives of love. I'm going to turn up the brightness a little bit so I can see the guy at the top right, see my reference a little better, because I'm not really sure what his neck looks like, the mind flare here. So in this one, in the animation here, he has these appendages like all over here that look really interesting. But in this model, he doesn't. He has like kind of an armored look. So I'm not sure. I might just kind of like adapt both. Does he have a neck here? He has more like a collar here. So I'm actually gonna let's try to think about the collar. Just get the general shape of it first. Something like that. And let's bring his hand up. And anyway, it's like, yeah, do I want to get all these upgrades for my devices, or should I just focus on maximizing the production of what I have? Because another thing I'm going to think about is that it is in giving that we receive. And I made a YouTube video about this too. The prayer of St. Francis. When we think about how we can give rather than receive, that when we seek our needs to be filled in God, who is love, rather than seeking it in finite things, then we'll actually start tapping into the secret of God, which is the idea that a fully matured spiritual life is one of giving. When we're born as children, we're naturally selfish, like me, feed me, and it is necessary for survival to act that way. So children are cute, and it's to their advantage that they are cute, because if they weren't cute, maybe it would be a lot harder to treat well a child who is just screaming, crying all the time, feed me, I need your help, I can't even talk, but I need your help, and I have a son, and I love him, and it's like, okay, so that's what he needs. But because I spent a long time maturing in my spiritual life, and I can't even say that I have fully matured, there's still a lot for me to grow still. But what I've learned, because I've matured a little bit more, at least in the past several months, and I've learned that I need to give. I'm an able adult, and why should I still be looking for more for myself? I have enough. I've been blessed with so much in my life, and it's just time to give back. And when sometimes what goes around comes around. Sometimes I'm rewarded. Sometimes I'm paid back. But I need to not rely on that. I need to not rely on like people giving to me, seeking fulfillment in anything. Because once I get there, then I see that it becomes a trap. It is all vanity, a chase after the wind. So that's what I've been thinking about lately. And that's why I'm recording now, because even before I started recording this video and started, just working on this artwork, I was, trying to get my stream going on Twitch, trying to get a good setup in my car going. And technically the concept works if I had good internet connection. And then I'm like asking my mom, hey, can we use our AT&T to upgrade my iPhone so I can get 5G? Because I have iPhone 11 and only iPhone 12s and up have 5G. I don't have access to the 5G tower, so my internet sucks. I want to be able to stream on the road, etc., etc., etc. It's like we can always upgrade, and it's going to be like this limitless, okay, now I have the capability to do this and this and that. Or I can use what I have good enough technology, and make the best of it. And then what goes around comes around. If what I'm making is valuable to people, then I will be paid, for it. And then I can make those upgrades when it's easily affordable. I don't have to force it. So yeah. I've been thinking a lot about those concepts right now, and it's hard to concentrate on the drawing itself. But I did want to share that with you guys. So I'll make that the end of the video for now, and I'll share more with you all later. God bless you all. Bye bye.